Hello, everyone. No one's here. It's totally fine. So here's what happened. I just got back from the DC show on like super early Monday morning, and I slept the entire Monday to recover. and I just did not have the time or energy to record a video for today and edit it and have it ready to go. So I thought I would just try out a live, and instead of like scripting it out, well, I don't script, but instead of planning it out, I thought I would just wing it. And what we are doing in the winging um, is just me. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to set up the chat so that I can see if anybody messages anything. No one said anything. Well, it's totally fine. Um, so yeah, I wanted to just share something about the DC show. I've talked about it a lot. Hello, G Strafkos 84. Thank you for joining. Um, this is really fun. I'm just kind of chatting. There is a lag in the chat compared to what I see. So, just so you know, if I haven't gotten to your question, it's just because the chat's slow and I will do my best to keep up with it. So, I've been to quite a few pen shows, and I've been to pen shows in Europe and um, Canada, North America in general, and I finally realized something at the DC show that I have to share with you. Hello, Annie from Calgary, and hello, Dash. No, there were no news of this live before. It's just kind of a surprise. Um, because it's going to be on my channel, so even if you miss it, it's okay. But I'm just trying this out. So this is my first time doing a YouTube live, and I'm doing it on my phone. So it's not like I'm not fancy. I don't have a webcam and all that. So we're just kind of winging it. We're just going for it. But hello, hello, Jello. Um, I'm sorry. I keep getting excited when you guys join, so I keep getting distracted. But maybe I should have not done this live, but that's okay. It's way more fun live, right? Thank you so much, Anthony. The workshops were a blast. If you caught my IG live yesterday, I kind of talked about the show already, but the workshops were so much fun, and I love seeing everyone start out like hesitant. They're like, well, is it okay if I sling ink? Like if I splatter ink on this page? Like, oh, oops, I got it on the tablecloth. And by the end, everyone is so deeply into their inking and like enjoying it. I love it. Everyone just like lets go. It's so freeing and it makes me so happy to see it. So it's a two-way street. The workshops are a two-way street for me. Anyway, sorry, what I was saying about the DC show. I finally realized something. When I came back, I realized that I had missed a lot of tables and I had missed a lot of friends. And I think one of the things, like, there's lots of pen show one-on-ones out there. There is stuff like wear comfortable shoes, dress in layers because the rooms can get hot. Make sure to bring a snack with you on the floor because you never know when you'll get hungry. Stay hydrated, carry some water with you. I personally recommend carrying a bottle of washable blue ink in case you need to dip anything and your vendor doesn't have any ink available. I also recommend carrying extra pen sleeves because if you buy a pen, they also sometimes don't have the boxes. Um, the other recommendation is always ask before you touch or take pictures. I know that sounds weird. Like if you're taking pictures from afar, that generally is okay. But if you're up close and taking pictures, usually just ask. Just be like, is it okay if I take close-ups for my personal use, like for my enjoyment? Um, Almost always it's totally fine, but I think it's just courteous to make sure they're okay with it. I also recommend bringing some paper towel to wipe your nibs or any potential ink spillage. It happens. I suggest, yes, carrying a pen sleeve. You can also carry some Ziploc bags just in case, like little plastic baggies. Sometimes you want to swap. I always bring some ink sample vials. They can carry extra nib units or share inks with your friends. I tend to suggest not bringing a tote bag. And the reason I say that, uh, unless it's like a flat tote bag, a backpack that sticks out really far, and a tote bag, when you turn, you can knock into displays if you don't realize it. So I like, don't judge me, I like a fanny pack. And fanny packs are very cool. So I am giving you the permission that a fanny pack is very, very cool. Absolutely. Sometimes there are pen show dogs. Dogs come to the show. So if you're afraid of dogs, almost always the dogs are very well behaved and comfortable. Um, but always ask before you pet. Sometimes they are service dogs and they're working. And if they're working, you're not supposed to pet them. And it's okay to take pictures of dogs. You don't have to ask their permission. They're gonna say yes anyway. They love being photographed. Um, yeah, so those are the like standard 101s. Here's what mine are. Okay, here's what I've learned. Almost always they are now making pen show maps and lists of vendors. When you go to a multiple day pen show, make a plan. So if you have a vendor you want to visit right away because they have like a one of a kind pen that you desperately want, hit them first. Go to their table first. And then start at the beginning and work your way through the show. And I say that because I just went in randomly and I missed so many tables. And I ran out of time to see people that I actually like, see vendors and friends that I wanted to see. Can you believe it? By the end, we were in the same building and I couldn't see them because the show was over. So make a plan. So print out the show map, make a plan that you're going to walk, and by the end of the first day, make a note where you ended. And then the next day, continue on, make a note where you ended. And that way you can make sure you at least see every table. If there's tables that you really need to see, highlight them. Make a circle and shoot for that table by a certain time. So that's one thing. Another thing I suggest is if you have friends going to the show, make an arrangement to meet. I don't mean after the show, make an arrangement to meet at a certain vendor's table in the show or something like that because it's so easy to miss people. And I was wearing a mask most of the time, and a lot of my friends were wearing masks, and lo and behold, it's hard to recognize people in a mask. So it's almost scary because like you just walk by each other and not realize that that's your buddy. So that's just another recommendation. But anyway, I don't want this to be boring. I want this to be a fun DC tips and tricks. So that is kind of my ramble for that. Um, in terms of attending workshops, I provide supplies in my workshops, but I highly recommend that you bring extra stuff. And the reason for that is sometimes people like to ink in their own journals. They like to feel how a new tool might feel in their own paper, with their own paper. Um, sometimes you, I realize my mic is sitting on the table, so hopefully you have been able to hear me. Um, did I get any pens from the DC Pen Show? I did, and they are not with me. Would you forgive me for like 2 seconds so I could just run down and pick them up? Just let me know if that's okay with you. As soon as I see an okay, I'll go get them. Um, I did pick up a few pens. Daniel, I'm so sorry I missed you as well. It's like it was so chaotic, but in such a beautiful, lovely way. Okay, thank you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll go get them. I'll be like 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. So what I'm gonna do first of all is clip this to me. Yes, I'm actually at my bestie's house and using her lovely setup. Okay. So first up, this is my currently inked bag. I'm very carefully do this. So I have a lot of stuff inked. Whew. Don't laugh at me. It's a lot of stairs. Okay, so I'm pulling them all out now. So I have to tell you that my plan at this show was to buy absolutely nothing. Obviously that didn't work. So I ended up with a whole bunch of stuff. In fairness, one of them I bought before the show, and one of them, that one was the exclusive pen that Strings and Petals made. Okay, so I think I have them all. This doesn't look right. I think I'm missing something, but we'll see. Let me just catch up on the chat here. Okay. So many ink. Yes, I don't even know how many. It's probably like 100. So, so I got, let me show you the one from Strings and Petals. So this is made by Giants Pens. Okay, no, I was just trying to see if I can get some light on it, but it's an ebonite, but it's like a dark mottled ebonite. And okay, so here's the thing. Annabelle made this nib by hand. So I keep raving about this because I don't know if you understand how, like, I don't, if you guys feel it the way I do, that someone handmade this nib, okay? So let me see if I can get it to focus. I don't know where the focus, like how close the focus is gonna be. It's a selfie camera, so, okay, well it sucks as it turns out. It is a 14 karat gold nib in a Jovo collar. Like, stop focusing on my face, man. Like, look at the nib. This is the highlight. So I have pictures on my Instagram and a video. She made this gold nib. So it was a no-brainer. Annabelle is very dear to me. So as soon as they were available online, I bought it. And we agreed that I would do a pickup at the DC show in person. And we cried when we saw each other and we squealed and whatever. And then she also had made more nibs. So these nibs are from the Harmonic series. I highly recommend you check out Opus Cineris and Strings and Petals on Instagram. You'll see her inspiration videos and she'll talk about it. And so the harmonics that she made the gold one first. And then for the show, she made a surprise, which is a silver harmonic, which is hand engraved. It's unreal. So it's really, I can't really show you, but it has like a paisley swirl, and because it's just not going to focus. Let me see. Maybe, does it want to look at this instead? Maybe if I hide my face. No, it doesn't want to. So this one's a cursive italic, and the other one, I requested a round double broad. Okay, let me tell you something. The way that these nibs hold ink, it is the juiciest, most delicious nib I've ever written with. So I'm not just saying that because I love Annabelle. I'm saying that because that is the experience. So that's amazing. So I didn't buy this pen. I just got the nib. The next thing I have is a Hardy Penwright. This is the Bohemian Rose Koi. And I've always wanted one of these. And darn that Greg Hardy, he is dangerous. He was like, why don't you just go take a look at what you like? So I ended up with this, which is a night sky type thing. I don't know if it's showing the sparkles, but it's like a deep black with holographic bits. Hello, Miss Marilyn Darling. Thank you for joining. We're having fun here. Well, I'm having fun just looking at my own pens. The last Hardy I got is his new model, which is a retro. It actually has a number 5 Bach nib, and I rarely get number 5 nib pens, but the reason I got this one is because I have a Fude that I really wanted to put on a pen, and I've just never found the pen for it. Now I have one. It's incredibly comfortable. I love this pen. So it's a cute periwinkle. Miss Marilyn, the trip was amazing and so heartwarming. I had a beautiful time. It truly, it was so emotionally fulfilling, and I really needed it after a really, really joyous couple years. So, sorry. It was truly an absolute delight, and I had a blast. I have more pens. It's very scary. I got two Franklin Christophs. So they're both model 03s. This one has a broad sig nib, and this one has a music nib, which is their 1.9 millimeter like italic or calligraphy, sorry. So I love super bright, colorful pens. These are definitely that. Yeah. So this one's called Salmon Glow, and it was just like, it obviously, I've been looking at this particular pen, like this model and color, for multiple pen shows. And every time they post a picture with this pen, I take a screenshot because I'm like, oh, I want that pen. And finally, I got to take it home. Okay, so this one is from Turned Pen Co. This one is called a double pour because, Jenny, hold on to that. I will answer in 1 second. The double pour is because it has like little planets in there, like little galaxies. I don't know if you can see them. Hopefully you can. They're like little round things in addition to the sparkles. So he didn't have a name for this. So in the end, I got to name it. So this is called the Galaxy Sky, where you look up and you can see multiple galaxies in the universe. So it's exquisite. And I think he has very few blanks of this left. And I believe he said he would not do it again. So Turned Pen Co., just letting you know. I also got, oh, let me answer your question, Jenny. Yes, I will absolutely do videos on the pens with close-ups so you can see them better. I know sometimes people don't like haul videos, so I wanted to just chat with you guys, but since you asked, I'm super happy to share them with you because I'm really excited about it. And there's two more, and then I want to tell you a quick story, and then we can wrap up and stuff. So these are Carolina Pen Company, the infamous, notorious Jonathan Brooks. This is Unicorn DNA, and this is Unicorn Blood. And like, look at this. Look at this. Look at how they glitter. Oh, I could not resist. So I was there on Friday, and I tried to pick just one, and I couldn't. So it also came with this. So I got the little Unicorn Autopsy. Really excited. Okay, so let me tell you. The inaugural Nib Wars event took place on the Friday night, and it was hosted by Ken Rowe and Esterbrook. So what they did was they took, they lined up 4 Nibmeisters, and we had CY from Japan, we had Penrealm, which is Kirk, we had JJ Lax Pen Co., which is Joshua Lax, and then we had Annabelle from the Netherlands. And they were given 3 prompts, and they had to grind a nib in like 10 minutes. Okay, so the prompt was something like this. If you were rewriting the Declaration of Independence, what nib would you want to use? And they had to come up with a nib grind to convince the judges, one of whom was me, along with Carrie and Barry Gabay. I cannot say enough about the skills of these Nibmeisters because they took a random prompt and made a nib that was suitable for the task. And one of them, CY did, and one of the prompts was, if you were to write a love letter to someone, what nib would you use? CY did this beautiful cursive italic. And at the show, he got the only 10 from me. And I knew I needed to have that grind, so my friend got the grind and I borrowed the pen because I'm gonna take it forever. So, so the thing is, there was 3 rounds, 4 grinds, so at the end there's 12 nibs that have been ground. So these are one of a kinds that have been ground for inspiration based on the prompts that they received. And actually what's happening is, well, it's already happened because it took place. They raffled off the nibs and all the proceeds were matched by Kenro and being donated to causes to help the Ukraine. So I think that's pretty cool. It was a really fun event. I look forward to more because I think it really brought people together. It showcased the outstanding talent of the Nibmeisters. So I'm truly in awe with these Nibmeisters because like it's baffling that they could process the requests and actually create a nib that's so amazing. And at the start, I was like, listen, Annabelle's one of my girls, so I'm biased. And they said, don't worry, this is for fun. So if any of the Nibmeisters end up watching this, kudos to you. You all were amazing. The winner in the end was Joshua Lax. And I think this is going to sound so cheesy, but you're all winners. It's like truly, you're all winners. So that's my haul. So it was really good. I'm really happy. It was really nice to hug friends and see friends again and meet new people and meet people who I have followed on Instagram for so long and only know their Instagram names. And yeah, it was just really special. So I'm not going to talk about about pen shows and bringing a budget because I think that's kind of standard fare. Like everybody knows, oh, bring cash only because then if you spend it all, you don't have anything left to spend. Not true because lots of vendors take credit cards and PayPal. So it's a lot of discipline and a lot of planning to not overspend. Obviously, I failed miserably. I was like, I'll just bring some extra cash just in case. And then I spent it. So yeah, I think Bob should absolutely try his paws at grinding nibs. I think if anybody out there wants to start grinding nibs, you should absolutely do it because we can certainly enjoy having more Nibmeisters out there. So anyway, I think I'll wrap up because I don't want to bore you and I haven't had breakfast, so I'm really hungry. And I know that there are freshly baked muffins downstairs because that's how awesome my bestie is. While I slept, she made muffins. So let's wrap up. I just wanted to do something so that you had something to watch on Friday, and I hope you had fun with me. Thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for your comments and questions and chatting, and just thank you for being so awesome. So hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment or you can DM me on Instagram, which is probably better because I respond faster there. And yeah, that's it. So thanks so much. Take care and have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye.